All right, welcome to the Student of the Game podcast. I am your host, Kyle Spain, and I am joined today with a special guest of mine. Played at San Diego State. He has played in at least, I believe, five countries to my knowledge: Iceland, Germany, Czech Republic, Finland, Austria, and proud to say that he has still got it going on at 37 years young. My man, Richie Williams.
Appreciate you having me, dog.
Man, absolutely. I thank you for coming on, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. First episode we're doing this. So I was actually kind of excited about it, man. So I wanted to start, man. You're out there in Austria right now. Let's rewind back and start from the beginning. Like, how old were you when you got started? And what was your experience growing up? And how did you get to where you're at now from when you started?
Man, I've been playing basketball as long as I can remember, honestly. Um, just one of those things where you just fell in love with it as soon as you pick up a ball. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
remember, being 3, 4 years old, having a small little plastic hoop in the house, shooting on it. And then I just remember uh my mom picked me up from school one day and was like, yo, they have you can play organized basketball at the rec center right up the street from my house. And I just remember being 8 years old, excited as hell, like, yeah, I want
yeah,
to play on the team
yeah.
and all these different things. And yeah, so she signed me up when I was 8. My mom was my first coach. And
Okay.
yeah, it just pretty much took off from there, man. I knew there was nothing else I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was no money involved, none of
Yeah.
that. No Instagram, no highlights, no nothing. It was just something I enjoyed doing with my friends, something I enjoyed doing, by myself. I didn't need nobody else to, go play with me or motivate me to go outside and do it. It was just my favorite pastime. And then before you know it, man, you think about college and all these different things. I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking about college. It just happened. The college opportunity came because
Yeah.
hey, we'll take care of your schooling as long as you hoop, and it just ended up being a snowball effect.
Okay. So tell me about high school. Steel Canyon, right? And so
You
what
know
year
the
did
name.
you
You know the name.
we
Yeah, you
gonna
know
talk
the
about
name.
we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about we're gonna talk about that in a second. We're gonna talk
yeah. Let's go.
yeah, yes, we'll talk about that in a second. Um That's crazy. Absolutely, I do know the name. For those who tap into this, um, Richie and I we played together at San Diego State University. But prior to that, we faced off in one of the most recognized tournaments in San Diego, California, where we faced off with each other, and Steel Canyon Richie Williams and his crew got the best of us. But you guys had a great team, man. I'm not even gonna lie. You guys were stacked. You guys were stacked. Did you guys even end up like winning state or anything like that?
Nah, we ended up losing in state, but our chemistry was crazy. Our
Man, you guys were
chemistry was
nice.
Like we knew, everyone knew their role, everyone knew what they can and can't do, and man, it just happened. Like even like speaking like when we played against you guys in the what was it, Torrey Pines Classic.
Yeah.
I just remember that day, man. It was the morning. We getting ready to, I think y'all was our first game. Was y'all our
Yeah,
first game?
I
Might
believe
have
it
been the
was the
first
first game
game.
because it set the tone for the rest of the tournament because we ended up winning the consolation of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that morning, schedule came out. I didn't even know who you were at that time. I didn't even know who was on the team, nothing. But the morning of that game, I'm staying out at my teammate's house. I'm eating cereal, eating breakfast, getting ready to leave for the gym by like maybe the next 2 hours or something. He throws a newspaper in front of me. Like, what? And it's a big old on the sports page in the front. Al Spain, San Diego State's new prize recruit, getting ready to take on Richie Williams and Steel Kane. And he tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, I thought this was your city. And they got this man on the front of the sports page.
Oh, shoot, that's
so,
crazy.
so that's what made me look up y'all team. So I'm going out Googling, so who on the team? Boom, 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 boom. Kyle Spain. Okay, who else they got? And there was another dude on your team that
Yeah,
was your point guard. His name
yeah,
was Trey.
yeah. Trey Clark. Yeah.
Trey Clark. I remember him from the eighth grade when we played him. That's crazy. How this is our senior
Oh
year of
yeah,
high
because
school.
his family was from San Diego.
Yes, but he was playing for the Oakland Rebels at that
Mm.
time. He was the number one eighth grader, like in the state at that time. They came to San Diego for a tournament and whooped on us. And I'm talking Trey. He had the headband, stocky, and cooked us. Cooked us. I think they beat us by like 20, 30 points and was talking crazy the whole game.
Was
So I
he in
so
the eighth
and it's
grade? That's
crazy and you
crazy. He
and
must be
you and
playing.
you
He must have been
fast
out.
forward,
Okay.
you fast forward 4 or 5 years later, and I never forgot his name. Never forgot his name from that day. I said, if I ever see him again, I'm going at him. So I looked on the roster, Kyle Spain, Trey Clark. I said, oh, that's Buddy from Oakland Rebels. I said, "Oh, it's gonna be a game. I don't know who gonna win, but it's gonna be a game tonight." So,
Hey,
man,
that's crazy.
hey, yo, I had my lunch packed and everything. I was ready. I was ready for y'all. Y'all didn't even know I was coming with that much heat. I was.
Yeah, sure did, bro. No, I sure did. And that game was hyped. That game was hyped. And I remember from my end, it was like, because Trey was still trying to get signed somewhere. And supposedly, I'm not sure how true it was, but supposedly that game was supposed to be the make or break game on whether what point guard they were going to choose. That's the word on the street. So the word on the street was, all right, if you guys beat Still Canyon, we're going to give the scholarship to Trey, and it was vice versa the other way. And I was like, "What? Like that's crazy, right?" I had already signed, so I wasn't even tripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
And
good?
I was out there just having a good time, for my last year. But I remember that being the word on the street. That was like that game was on the line for the both of y'all. Supposedly, I don't even know. But no, that was a great game. You guys got the best of us on that.
I had no clue about that because I played for Godley's father, Bob Godley. Rest in peace. He died. Um, and I played for him for like 2 summers, knowing that his son is assistant over at San Diego State,
Yeah.
playing the team camp every summer, going to the practices when they have open gym and everything, show me no love. So going into that weekend, I had no clue they was even showing me any interest at all because they
Oh,
weren't
that's
showing no love.
crazy.
No
That's
love.
crazy. So I guess we'll get to the,
I think they just did that just to gaslight it. Like
yeah, the
see
gas.
what was gonna
Okay.
come out of it. That's
Okay. All right.
crazy.
Well, talk to me about like when you started getting recognized in high school. Like what year was that when colleges started looking at you? Did you do any tournaments or anything like that to get recognized or exposure?
Bro. That was the tournament that put me on the map. I
Dang,
wasn't
that's
getting I wasn't getting no love. No love, bro. I mean, I had like a couple, schools sending me their questionnaires
yeah,
and shit like that. My high school coach, he went to Evansville, and they had been showing me love. But at this point, I had no scholarships. So we played y'all first game. I had a cool game. I think I had like 20, 25 or something like that. The very next game, because in our bracket, it was all
yeah,
the top five
y'all.
teams from California. Like one through
Yeah, you
five was
guys
in our
had
bracket.
your schedule was crazy, and you guys wiped. Y'all won that tournament and wiped everyone out. Yeah, I remember because y'all played that in the championship. That was like one of the number one teams in the country or something
It
crazy.
was the number one team in the country,
Dang,
St.
yeah,
Anthony's. So we played y'all. We played y'all. The very next game, we played Linwood, and Linwood had this dude on their team, crazy athlete named Danny Williams. He was like top five shooting guard on the West Coast. He was top five wide receiver in the country, like crazy athlete. We playing Linwood. I think they were like number three or number two in the state. End up having 38 the very next game. So now everybody's like, who is this little from
yeah,
Still Kane? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Next game we played El Toro. We beat them. And then it was when we played St. Anthony's in the
yeah.
championship. They was the number one team in the country at the time. Uh, one of the Hurley brothers was coaching there at the time. Um, had a good game, finished 20, ended up winning MVP of the tournament. And literally after that game, I had like 30 missed calls on my cell phone. 30
That's
missed calls from my cell
nutty.
phone. I don't even know how these schools got my number. I'm telling you, K Spain, it was bananas.
That
I'm
sounds
sitting here,
crazy.
I'm sitting in the car on the way home after the I'm like, the coach from Washington State had just called. I'm talking on the phone to him
Yeah.
as we're pulling into our driveway going home. And on that same night, after I get off the phone with him, Steve Fisher called me. Steve Fisher called me. He
How did
said,
that
Richie,
conversation go?
it was wild, man. I was trying to keep my composure because I'm a San Diego kid.
Yeah.
So like we got a special San Diego channel, Channel 4, where you can watch all the San Diego State basketball games every week when they come on. So I was one
Okay.
of them kids that was watching
Yeah.
it all the time. Like, man, I want to
That's
play at San Diego State.
that's
So like
crazy.
I was pissed going through this whole process and the hometown team ain't showing me no love.
Yeah.
And plus I play for the father of one of their assistant coaches.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here like I'm pissed in my head, but I'm also geeked on the inside because he
Yeah.
like I want to invite you on an official visit. Um, I think maybe like the next week or 2 weeks down the line. But he was like, "Don't come if you ain't gonna say yes." I was just
Hey, stop playing.
hey, he put me on the spot. I was just like, yeah, all right, cool. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Trying to be cool, but for the whole time, I knew my ass was committing.
Yeah. That's
But yeah, man, I
crazy.
think I had who was it at the time? Washington State had offered, Oklahoma State had showed interest, Marquette had showed interest. It was like some high mid-major schools that like in my mind, one looking at kids on the West Coast was
Yeah.
calling my phone, and all this changed over one weekend, man.
Yeah.
One
Hey,
week, ain't
hey,
shit changed about who I was as a player, nothing. It
yeah.
was just the stage that I was on. I had to do it on that stage.
Yeah, man. And to be honest, bro, it coming hearing that story, man, and then, you know, the story from my perspective, it was well deserved. It was well deserved, with you not getting no love from your home team. And there was a lot of politics going on with that game, and I was happy that I had already committed. Um, and so, like I said, that game, it's crazy that you said that you weren't even being looked at because Gottlieb had told me that if Trey had if you guys because he had told me he's like, oh yeah, Richie Williams, like the San Diego native, he was like that's going to be a big game, and that was going to be the
That's who it
determining
was.
game.
It was a kid, man. It was a kid out of Texas. Byron Eton is the guy that I think they had offered at the time that I was hearing, but I
Mm,
think he had ended up committing to Oklahoma State, one of them schools
okay,
schools over there.
yeah,
So they
that name
already
sounds
had
familiar.
like their guy that was in their head who they wanted. But I knew for sure that I wasn't nowhere on the list.
Yeah, okay. That's nuts. That's crazy. That's
Uh,
crazy. All right. So you get the call and then you ended up taking that official visit and then you committed.
yeah, I committed too. I went to my official visit game. uh San Diego State was playing UNLV,
Okay.
and this is like the historic loss where they was up 10 with a minute to go and lost. So I'm on my official visit, and yeah, who was it? Jason Terry had a brother or a cousin that was playing
Yeah.
on UNLV at the time, light skinned cat.
Yeah.
I think he ended up hitting like a game winning three or something, and then Chris Chris Walton ended up missing like crucial free throws. Like it was like a historic game where they
Yeah.
was up
I remember hearing about it.
crazy with a minute left, and then some Halliburton type shit went crazy. What happened? So I had to go into the locker room after that on the official
Hey.
visit.
Oh, what
Everybody
month was
head
that?
down. They about to be in tears. Coaching staff hot. Don't want to talk to nobody.
Right. Yeah.
But then they gotta be like, hey, this is our recruit coming in next season. Y'all make Richie welcome, you know.
Yeah.
so,
That's nutty. That's
so
crazy. Oh, man. All right. All right. So what month was that? Do you remember what month that was? So you were able to go to the game and everything. That's crazy.
that that tournament I think was like December
Yeah,
around
December,
time.
January, end of December. Was it
Yeah,
January?
so
End of
and then
December.
like maybe like a week or two later, that's when I had the visit
Okay.
with Coach Fish. And I think like maybe like the following week or two was when they brought me out to the game and introduced me like as, you know, incoming freshman next season and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. All right. All right. So you get to San Diego State, you go to San Diego State, we do our thing at San Diego State, and then you graduate or the years end, and then how did the process go of getting your first contract? Was that in
Man.
Iceland?
Yeah, so I mean mine was kind of rough, man. Because I didn't my role while I was at San Diego State didn't really evolve,
Okay.
whether that was because of the playing style or I take responsibility for that. I don't think I grew as much as a player as I felt I needed to. And then also I wasn't really taking care of business in the classroom. So I had to take an extra summer
Okay.
of courses so that I can graduate. And it ended up spilling over into like when the signing deadline. At least that's what they told me at the time. And all the teams got their spots now. Woo do we do out. So yeah, I went into I think I finished like in August with all my school obligations. And then after that, man, dog, just working out every day, not knowing if I'm ever gonna get a call.
Yeah.
I mean, I got plugged with the agent through Coach Fisher and everything, but I'm not really sure if he's actually working for me because
Yeah.
I didn't have any stats or anything that really popped out at you. I was
Yeah.
one of those players that was like the teams have to take a chance on. They don't really know what they're gonna get from me
Yeah.
because
Okay.
especially at that time, I'm 5'9", 5'10" point guard, and I was mostly a facilitator and a defensive guy. Like we don't even know if you can put the ball in the hole. And I wasn't asked to put the ball in the hole since high
Yeah.
school. So
Yeah.
shit, I'm like, shoot, can I still do it? So would ask me to score 20 points right now? Could I do it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I just went and started working out with Barry Randall, um, and just waiting every day until I was gonna get that call. And then that call finally came um, the end of December of that year that I graduated, 2009. That like, yo, shoot, you got a job in Iceland. I'm like, shit, I'll take it anywhere. I just want to get
Yeah.
out of here. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know how the process go, man. Like I'm sitting here watching what you doing. You got workouts, you gone. Low Wade, he
Yeah.
graduated, he gone in Greece.
Yeah.
Everybody gone. I'm the only one that's still back, broke.
Yeah,
Wasn't no
man. I feel that.
NIL. Wasn't
See,
no NIL nothing. So I'm sitting here
yeah.
like, God damn, man. And and I'm the hometown kid too. So they're like, man,
Yeah.
like, why are you still here? You just I'm tired of explaining myself to
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
You know,
I can
so,
only imagine
so
that.
it didn't matter what the opportunity was, I was gonna take it. So it ended up being Iceland.
Hey, so I can only imagine how you must have been feeling like stressed, like discouraged. Man, that's heavy because, and this is the reason why I started this, man, because, there's so many people, people look from the outside in, especially with professionals, they don't understand the backgrounds and the ins and outs, the ups and downs that, players go through the process, and everyone has a different path. And so, that's crazy to hear because I don't even know that. I was feeling some type of way that I didn't get a contract like that was up there with, Brandon Heath and Abukar. I was like, man, they getting six-figure contracts, and I'm over here getting like almost half of that. You know what I'm saying? My first contract. So I'm like, man, what was that? All the while you was just trying to get a contract in the first place, just trying to get out there. That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's crazy. All right. So, um, how did you feel about your college career? You know, talk about the like the ups and downs. Like, some people get, they don't fit on their team. I had my struggles, with starting at certain years and playing time. I mean, it's a politics, it's a business. Did you ever have any time to where you were like, man, like this is a rough time for me, or anything that can you remember that popped out of you as a player? Um, like things that, just, yeah, I mean, anything that you can think of that impacted you, or like anything that you thought was a rough patch of any sort.
Yeah, I had all types of those, man. Um, I think from a basketball standpoint, you know, I think my whole life I've been successful through basketball. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
always the star player of my team everywhere that I went at every level. And even though like our freshman year, I wasn't the star, I was starting as a freshman,
yeah,
which surprised me. Like I started every game. I'm, duking it out with a returning senior
yeah.
who was kicking my ass all summer. You know what I mean? So I think there was an element of me like getting a little big headed,
Okay.
getting a little big headed. Um, and then like for me is when I think it was my sophomore year, or no, my junior year, because DJ and then came a year or two later.
Yeah.
It's when I got in trouble when I got my DUI. I got a
Mm,
DUI in college. Uh, the beginning of our junior year. And this is like when DJ Gay had just came in, big time recruit
yeah.
from the Valley or whatever. So I ended up getting suspended the first 3 games or something like this, 6 games of the season. Come back, finally work my way back into the starting lineup. Bam. Very next game, break my wrist.
I remember that. Yeah.
Break my
Dang.
wrist. And then I'm out another 8 weeks or something like that. So like my junior year was like I was never really able to get my feet up under me. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
was just coming off a good sophomore year. All my numbers jumped up. I think I was shooting like over 40% from three, confidence on another level. I'm starting to get the weight on me and everything like this. And then that junior year happened, and DJ was a good player already.
Yeah.
So like now I done gave him fair opportunity to be like, hey, this
Yeah.
this is yours now. So now
Yeah.
like as he should feel like, hey, I feel like I'm the leader of this team now. I'm the
Yeah.
point guard. You know what I mean? And I felt like after that for me, like I was playing for the wrong reasons. I felt like I was
Right.
playing to compete against him instead
Yeah.
of actually like growing individually as a player and being a better teammate. So
Yeah.
I felt like I was more in competition with my own team instead of running my own race and becoming a better player individually for my team.
Dang, that's heavy. That's heavy. All right, that's heavy, man. Because I had my own struggles that year too. So I had got suspended, for testing positive for weed. So that was an interesting year for myself as well. So I was going through my own issues as well. Because I don't think I remember. I do remember you getting suspended in the beginning. I do remember you breaking your wrist. But obviously, I didn't realize, what you were going through as well. And this is why these type of things are important. Okay, so you graduate, you go to Iceland, and I guess we'll get to that part in a moment. But what do you believe is the most important thing for those that are coming up, trying to get a scholarship, trying to make a team, or trying to become the best player they can? What do you think the most important thing is to become for someone to become the best player they can be?
I mean, I think the times now is harder than it was when we was coming up, man.
Yeah,
Because I mean, social media magnifies everything.
everything. It is a little
And
different.
we already comparing, especially as a competitor.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I remember having to go on Google and look up these different forums and see who's the best player in the state, all these different rankings and stuff.
yeah,
And now you can just hop on your phone and you you over here looking at the person next to you. Oh damn, look
yeah,
what they doing. Look what they got going on. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Not really knowing the truth behind everything, but it would just be to run your own race. I mean,
yeah,
everyone develops at different paces, different speeds. Everyone has something unique to their own game. Cause sometimes I used to look at social media like, man, I'm trying to get my hands like that. Oh, so my next workout gonna be all like
yeah,
and I see like, damn, I'm trying to shoot like that. My next workout just gonna be all
yeah,
and just be like, bro, just have a plan. Have a plan and stick to your plan because it's gonna have you all over the place, man. If you don't, if you don't conquer yourself and what you're trying to do, you get so busy caught up in seeing where everybody else is at in the race that you start to lose your own form.
yeah,
So that's what I would say is, man, focus on yourself. Everyone's journey is different. You don't know where it's gonna take you, but you definitely don't give yourself a chance if you keep looking over your shoulders and switching lanes.
yeah. So I mean, that's crazy that you say that because in it's just natural to compare yourself to other people, right? And so um, we do it naturally, right? But what's almost this thing, Instagram. It has both sides to it. You have enough people on exposure to where you can learn new things and pick up new moves and whatnot. But on the flip side, with that comparison factor, you can get lost in what you're trying to accomplish, get lost in the focus and what you're trying to do. So that's heavy. I can imagine, people losing themselves, getting discouraged, by that comparison, especially when opportunities don't arise, similar to your situation, with everyone, leaving to go play somewhere, and then you're feeling a little bit stuck, and it's like, well, what about me? So that's some heavy advice.
I
That's
mean, and there's another element, the politics. There's the game within the game that we aren't privy to at that time. That is like,
exactly.
yo, how did this guy get that job? And I'm like, my stats are better. We played
Yeah,
against each other. I killed. He ain't that good, or he came from a smaller school. Like it. But then now that we in our spot now, that there's so many things going on behind the scenes that ain't got nothing to do with talent. It
yeah,
could be your agent. It could be the budget. It
yep,
could be uh,
yeah.
it's a whole lot of things
Relationships,
that
exactly.
that
So especially
can
especially
determine
nowadays,
your career. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, especially nowadays with the NILs, and it's become even more political than it has before. So, some aspect of the game, has taken the fun out of it, and it's become a lot more of a business. College was a business to begin with, and then NIL came out, and now it's like everyone is scrambling trying to get a paycheck now. So,
Now that it's gone global, oh, they trying to get these European kids over there, get these NIL.
yeah,
Now,
it's wild. It is absolutely
it ain't no
wild.
more. It ain't no more trying to farm them into their club. They
Yeah,
trying to ship them out over there to the states to go get that money.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yep,
It's crazy now.
yeah. The exposure is wild. All right, so if you could go back to your younger self, what would you have done better? What would you have if you can go back to, I would say, high school, or you go back to college, as far as be developing yourself or anything in any aspect, what would you have done differently?
Man, it would just be prioritizing my development,
Yeah,
and I say that because like I would hoop all day. Summertime, it wasn't like I was just chilling.
right.
We going up to USD, hooping over there. We have our own open gym. We going
Yeah,
to the campus to hoop. We going over to Point Loma Nazarene. Like we was constantly hooping all the time. But I mean, you hear you hear the older generation talk about it now. All y'all do is work out. Y'all don't play. We did it for the love of the game. Well, shit, that's why their skill level was on a whole nother level.
yeah,
So I felt like if I had prioritized my development, saying, "Hey, what is one thing I want to go into this summer and get better at?"
yeah,
Add to it, and then boom. That way, that next season, y'all can be like, "Hey, I see he worked on that." And then that junior year, what's gonna be? We did this last summer. What's gonna be? Somewhere to map it out.
yeah,
But also too, like to give myself some grace. I was the first generation of my crew
yeah,
to do it. I was the pioneer.
yeah,
You get what
exactly.
I'm saying? There,
Yeah,
there, there also too. When I think about, it, there was nobody that I could really talk to that was like, "Yo, how do I do this?" Or just to take me up under their wing.
yeah,
I mean, Barry ended up getting a hold of us at some point like that,
yeah.
but that was like towards the we
Towards the
we, we
end.
seniors. We on our way out
Yeah,
at this time.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
there wasn't really anybody to show me. I was just out there just winging it. So I would say like, yeah, I would prioritize my development, have like a real plan going into every summer and say I'm gonna just hoop as much as possible.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think and that's again another reason why, I wanted to start this, because there's a lot of people that don't have guidance, especially in this world where we're comparing ourselves to other people. For those that don't have that type of guidance, I'm pretty sure, there's people out there, athletes that are feeling lost and trying to figure out what to do, losing focus in the political game when, all you have to do is just really work on your craft, because that's something I wish I would have done better, was focused on my body and mastered my body and stretched and mobilized a lot better. If I would have done that, career would have been a whole lot different. If somebody would told me, like you said, Kyle, this is what you got to do, to be successful in basketball, to get to the highest levels in basketball, boom, 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 prioritize your development, focus on what you need to focus on, and everything else will take care of itself. I wish I would have known that my 4 years at San Diego State would have been a lot different, but that's what it could have, should have, and that's kind of like where God puts us in a position
The
to help others
information just
coming up.
wasn't there for us, man.
Yeah,
It wasn't
exactly.
there. I remember listening to Gil Arenas talk about Kobe, like, or just people in general when they talk about Kobe. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, Kobe going to work out. What? Hold on, what? 101 combs at work out?
Yeah,
What is that? We going to hoop. We try to get 5-on-5 hoop. That's how we get
yeah,
better."
yeah,
And look where that took Kobe.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? I mean, that just wasn't our mindset back
Yeah,
then.
it's a mindset because the Mamba mentality is
It,
a mindset, and that's what
that
I'm
wasn't
trying
our
to instill.
mindset at the
Yeah,
time, man. There was no influx of trainers like that. It
exactly.
wasn't like that. You just trying to we play some ones, we play some 5-on-5, hoop somewhere, and you see where it takes you. And the idea at that time was, hey, as long as you in the gym and you hooping, then you gonna get better.
Yeah,
And at that point, you either got it or you don't.
yeah, yeah. Right, right.
You know?
So, what would you say? Is there anything else that you would share, to help that someone get to the next level based off your experiences? Obviously, prioritizing your development. Is there anything else that you would think that could help somebody make it to that next level? Maybe, become a starter, whatever it is their goal is. Because I feel like principles kind of apply in, almost every asset or almost every level. Um, I guess you kind of like hit on that, but is there anything else you'd like to sh that you could share to help somebody in their process of either getting a scholarship, starting on the team, or getting more playing time, whatever the case is?
I mean, in terms of like high school and college, man, just work. Just be willing to work, be coachable, and you got to have good people in your corner because there was many times where like you that self doubt start to creep in.
Yeah,
And I was fortunate that I had people in my corner that always reminded me of who I am. You know what I mean? Even like
yeah,
when I started my career overseas, and you know how dark you can get overseas. That like I had to go back and watch old video of
yeah,
myself. I'm like, damn, I can't do this. How can I? So I watch old video of myself. Like, yeah, I can do it. I just got to get that mindset back. Also, I got friends that I can call. That like, even like just the other day, I called one of my boys to talk to him about something, and he'd be like, "Dog, do you know who you are? Like, do you know?" I'm like, "Yeah, like, yeah." Like
yeah, yeah,
you got you. Sometimes you gotta have somebody that's able to put that battery in your back, even like
yeah,
to give you that energy to plug you up, even when you don't got it for yourself.
yeah.
So
Because
yeah,
I mean,
just have a good
yeah, some a network
a
to
good group
tap
of people in your
into.
corner.
Yeah, the network to tap into. I like that because talk about that, for those that are going overseas, that are dealing with that. And because, a lot of people, as I said, looking from the outside in, the opportunity that we had, as basketball players, it's very grand in some people's eyes, but all at the same time, being an overseas player, while it was a blessing, it was never easy. I know for me, it was never easy, being away from home, the different languages, the different, the dialect, the culture, the food. It wasn't easy for me to go overseas, not once. You know what I mean? So, talk about that. Like you talked about, struggling, doubt and how that's set in. How could you help? What would you say
I mean,
that could help
to be
somebody
honest, I'm probably
overseas?
going on. This is what was season like 16, 17. I don't even know. I lost count. I honestly probably stayed in it longer than I would have just because of like the optics.
Okay.
Like because people like, oh, you overseas, you playing basketball, you make money, you doing what you love, like you should be good. I'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, you have no idea like how hard this shit is.
Yeah.
Especially the first couple years, bro. When you
Yeah.
going somewhere, no one speaks your language. You don't even
Right.
know what I ain't never cooked for myself other than top ramen.
Yeah.
That I'm like,
Not that
I gotta go to
alone.
the grocery store. I can't read what this is.
Yeah.
Like my license don't translate over, so I gotta learn how to drive a stick. Like you know
Yep.
what I mean? You got
Yeah. It's a culture shock.
Yeah, you got a coach that don't speak English. You got somebody translating for
Yeah.
you. It's like it's enough to make you like, yo, I'm done hooping. I'm ready to get a 9 to 5, bro.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
crazy.
and then it honestly took me like maybe I would say year 4 or 5 where I actually start to settle in, really feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, you know how it is. Like the first couple years you coming out here, it's just a job. I'm still talking to my friends back home every day about what's going on over here, over
Yeah.
there, and stuff like that. I'm still like I'm present here, but like my heart and everything is
I
somewhere
got
else.
yeah.
Exactly. So I'm two places at one time. So it took maybe like year 4 or 5 to where like I was like absolutely present and where I was at. I wasn't too worried about what was going on back home. I'm starting to develop a network, a circle of friends, stability corner, like out here.
Yeah.
When it was kind of like, okay, now I'm starting to get the hang of this. Now ain't too many things rattling me. Now it's just dealing with the business of basketball for me at that point.
Yeah.
Them first few years, man, when you got to adjust to the food, the language, the culture, just it's a shock, man. It's a
Yeah.
it's a culture shock.
I mean that's perfect, because people don't understand or we really don't they really don't know what to expect, going overseas, you get
And
excited.
basketball is played differently over here.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
the
was the
rules are
main thing.
different.
I got like 6 travels called on me in one game. I'm like, dog, I'm about to get cut my first month. I just got out here because
Dang.
I ain't figure out how to put the
Right,
ball
got to put
down.
the ball down on the ground first. I'm not sure if they still do that or if that's still is that still a thing out there
No,
within y'all?
it's still a thing. It's still a
Okay.
thing. It's still a thing. Another one that got man, the shit seems so little, but I remember my first day. I was in Germany. Go to practice, and coach said water break. I said, "Where's the water?" It said, "Nah, you got to go drink it from the faucet." I said, "Oh yeah, I got a water fountain. Oh, cool, I'm good." Like, no, you got to go to the bathroom. You got to go to the faucet, and you got to put your
Yeah.
hand in the faucet. So I said, "All right, cool. Okay, it's cool. I used
All
to
right.
drink outside from the hose anyway. I can adjust to that." All right, so what we do with our practice gear? You gotta take it home and wash it. Y'all ain't got nobody that wash our stuff?
All right.
Nah, you gotta take. What about our game stuff? Oh, you gotta take that with you too. Wash it home, and bring it to the game. It was just like you going from this billion-dollar industry in America, you coming
Yeah.
over here. You like, dog. I feel like I went backwards. I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all, I'm professional, but I feel like I went. This is 180
Yeah,
for what I'm
bro.
supposed to be experiencing right now.
Yeah.
So it's and the shit seems so minute to people. Like,
Right.
bro, like y'all don't understand how big basketball is.
Yeah.
To tell, give Jeff Bezos your bank account, he'll kill himself. If he opened up his bank account and saw your numbers,
Yeah.
he kill himself. That's what it feels like coming overseas.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
that.
yo, we got multi-million-dollar facilities, got our own weight room, got our own this, and you
Yeah, you're
coming
used
here
to a
like
different lifestyle, different
worse than
resources.
AAU, worse than AAU basketball, bro.
Yeah,
Worse than AAU basketball, bro. Straight culture shot, man.
that's heavy. That's
Like
heavy. That's
you
good
got to
because
be
that.
doing it for the love of the game at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really, and that's basketball is all we know, right? So it's not like, oh, we're about to switch gears and go do this thing. It was something that we had to do.
You can't, bro. Most of us ain't developed no skill outside of our sport.
Yeah,
So I gotta
exactly,
make this work, or else what else am I gonna do?
exactly.
I don't want to go back home and feel like the disappointment, even though it's not a disappointment. I would feel like a disappointment because this didn't work out, and then I'm doing something other than something that other people identify me with.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like people can't say
yeah.
Richie without
Without something bad.
associate me to basketball. People
Exactly.
couldn't say Kyle without associating him to basketball. First thing they ask, oh shoot, how hoop going? Shoot, I don't hoop no more. What? What you
Right.
do now? Like you say,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like,
And that's the
like
thing.
it almost like a disappointment in their head. Like, damn, you was supposed to be the one that made it. Well,
Yeah.
shit, I did make it. How you think I
Right.
feel? Like,
Right.
like
and,
what?
and that's and that's real. And that's real. And again, another reason why I started this because my advice to, those that are going overseas is to develop a new skill, is to think about what's going to happen next, to identify yourself with something else that you're good at. Because when basketball ends, it ends. And I'll often, speaking for myself, get lost in like, what do I do next? Basketball was all I did, that's all I knew. How am I going to make money now? And that was a rough patch for me, when I retired, getting injured from retired, still trying to chase the dream. COVID happened and then contracts fell through, this and that, and ended up getting a knee injury. And then it's like, man, like, I don't know what to do now, discouraged, depressed. And, obviously there's a lot of people that go through that. And so that's heavy for people to understand, like we are more than basketball. Identity is a lot more than we can accomplish a lot more than we've been born into or what we were used to, which was basketball. Um, so my next question is, how do you measure success? With where you're at now and the things that you've been through, everyone's approach or thought process on success is different. And so, what would you say your measure of success? What does success mean to you?
I mean, at the time, it's currently changing because I'm still actively playing. So
Yeah,
I still, for the most part, compare my success or tie my success to, you know, my sport, my profession.
yeah,
And so, like, now that I'm phasing out of this into something else, I'm really starting to understand, like, who I am outside of basketball. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like how basketball is just a vessel for
yeah. Just a
something else.
part.
And
Yeah,
and what I'm actually learning about is I'm a teacher.
yeah.
I'm a teacher. Everywhere that I go, everyone tells me that I should be a coach. But in my head, like I'm like, I don't want to be no coach. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I still love the game, still want to be a part of the game, but it would just be on the teaching side. I don't know if that's gonna be like through actually being a coach or being some type of trainer or whatever it may be. So now, my definition of success is changing to how many how many lives I can touch, how many people can I help? Because a lot of times when I think about my development in basketball and how I became who I became, even as a man, a lot of that is tied to like my coaches.
Yeah,
A lot of that is some of the coaches I still talk to today, like I always thank them for, how they helped mold me into the man I am today because a lot of those
that's heavy.
principles that they taught me then, I still use now.
Yeah,
Even when I'm teaching these kids and talking to these kids as young men, their message is being funneled through me.
yeah, that's heavy.
So I'm very conscious of that when I do work with people that like, yo, like the things that I say and the things that I do with these people are gonna have a lifelong lasting impression on them.
Yeah,
So that would be my success is how many lives I can touch.
man, right on, right on. All right, wrapping it up here. What part of your game would you say is your strongest suit?
My leadership, I would say
Yeah.
is my leadership. Like I've always played with I always played with the edge. I always played scrappy. It was like one of those things that like I would always say like I'm a player that a coach has to experience
Mm,
because like a lot of things, none of my stats will really pop out at you,
yeah,
but it's the way like I can give life to a team
yeah,
that I think. determines my value.
Yeah, I love that answer because stats don't it doesn't say it all. You know, there's a lot of other, contributions that a player can make to the team to make the team better. And that's heavy that you say that. And that was going to kind of be my next question. What would you say what it takes for a player to be a leader? You know, not just as a point guard, but just a player in general.
Everybody's personality is different, so I would just say lead the way that you lead.
Yeah.
You understand what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like I like people would see me now and be like, "Damn, Rich, like you so outgoing, like demonstrative, and all these different things." But it was like you knew me at San Diego State. Like I wasn't this talkative or anything like that. But I was always put in a leadership position to where I
Yeah.
had to develop these skills. I had to get my message out. So this is something that I just built over time. But I would just say lead the way that you lead. If you're a person that leads by example, lead by example. Do things the right way. If you're
Yeah.
a vocal person, make sure the message is good and make sure that your actions follow what you're saying. Because as soon as the two things are not connecting,
Yeah.
then people
Exactly.
it's gonna start going through one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people you're gonna have those guys on your team, or that are rah rah guys. You know what I mean? Have all the words. You know what I mean? They know how to say the right thing. The compassionate person that you can talk to. You know what I mean? All those things are important. But I mean, yeah, just be true to who you are and lead the way that you lead. If you got something on your chest, say it. If you don't, then don't say it. But be the example.
Yeah.
So just stay true to yourself,
All
and
right,
people will
man.
feel that.
Yeah, authenticity,
Yeah,
authenticity.
sure.
All right, so I appreciate you coming on, Richie, my man. You're still going on what 15th, 16th season.
Man,
Congratulations to you, brother, man. You still got it going on. You're still in a position to, to make an impact, doing it, for those that want to continue to do it. And man, that's a phenomenal achievement, bro, to be able to be at 37 and to be able to continue to move the way that you move. So I want to wish you the
it's
best of
painful
luck.
though.
Yeah.
It's painful, bro. If
The
ice and
sore
recovery days don't cut
yeah,
it,
yeah.
I gotta fake an injury on Monday and Tuesday so I can get some extra days off.
Yeah, man. See, that's the other thing too. That overseas life, that one game. How many games a week do you only one, right?
Yeah, one.
Yeah, that one game a week, practicing two
We got
times a
enough time to
day.
practice 2 times
Yeah,
a day.
yeah, 2 times a day. All right, man. Was there anything else that you want to share for the development of the people before we get going?
Nah, actually I wanted to share a story about you.
Okay.
How you helped me.
Okay.
Cause I remember freshman year, uh, we coming in like because the program wasn't doing that good the
Yeah.
season before. So when we was coming in, they was like, "Hey, we gonna turn this thing around."
Yeah.
Me, like, I'm the type of person I kind of feel back a little bit, like, okay, let me check the climate first, and then I'm gonna come in. You was different, bro. You was different. I forget. It was early on, like in preseason or whatever. One of the upperclassmen were going at you. And you used to always get this look. I didn't know it at the time. You used to always get this look at the time when you got mad. When you start scrunching up your face and you get like this little people's eyebrow look. I don't know if you still do it, but you used to get this little look and you L cut it and got to the right wing and you drove left and you gave like a mean like chicken wing or something. And it was
Yeah.
like your go-to move. It was like your
Yeah.
go-to move. When you got mad, I knew the game was about to start to get physical. So you did that, okay, got the ball, drove left, boom, got your sidestep, hit that jumper on the wing, and you started running down the court, bombing your chest because I think you was benching like
Yeah,
you
that was
know
crazy.
the room was like 275, 350. It was crazy. Some of the freshmen shouldn't have been benching. So dog, I felt like Day Day. when Craig came to town, was like, "This my fifth cousin." Yeah, girl, yeah, we in here because Coach Dutcher has said something like, "Yeah, and he's only a freshman, so you guys gonna be seeing this for a long time." And I just remember seeing that like, if he ain't scared, why I'm scared? What am I
Ah,
scared of? You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, that's
he
dope.
kind of helped me like, what the hell am I scared for? He out here, he a freshman just like me.
Yep.
When I'm over here with my skirt pulled down. Man, let me get out here and get some of this action too, man. So that's what I would share with the audience about you that I
Oh man,
picked
I
up in you,
appreciate
man.
that, man.
I
I
got that
appreciate that.
confidence. Even though you might have been just as nervous as me, hey, it didn't look like it. You gave me confidence to go out there and do what I do.
Oh man, I love that. No, I love that. No, I was on a mission, but I was on a mission, but I wasn't focused, man. And like you said, I wish I would have been more, development, focused, prioritize that because coming out of high school, being ranked and, I was like, oh man, I'm going to the NBA after sophomore year. So that's where my head was at. But I didn't do any of the extra work. I worked out, but I wasn't putting in the work like Kobe or whatever an NBA player is to get there. I mean, it could have happened, but then, got in trouble, made some bad decisions, and that kind of dictated the rest of my career in college. But no, I appreciate you sharing that, bro. That's love. That's love.
No doubt.
But again, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Where can people find you at?
Instagram, Richie Rock 3. And yeah, I'm good
All
there.
right. All right.
I ain't
Well,
too active,
follow my
but
man Richie Rock 3, man. He's in his 15th, 16th season in Austria. Phenomenal player, a dear friend and brother of mine. Been rocking out since freshman year in college, man. So y'all give him a follow to learn more about his leadership. If you're a point guard or whatever the case is, you're trying to learn more and to trying to develop, tap in with him. And again, my brother, I appreciate you coming on here and getting this thing started, trying to help the players have more perspective and have some expectations, going into college and go overseas, man. I appreciate you, brother.
no doubt.
Yeah. All right. Until the next time, y'all have a good one.